Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I have a lot going on in today's vlog because I have a yarn reorganization that I need to do. I have a reading update for you guys, and I just have some side projects going on with crocheting. So it is just a lot. But nonetheless, for my reading update, we'll just start with that first. I did in fact finish reading The Girl the Sea Gave Back, written by Adrienne Young. And I give this book a 2.5 out of 5 stars. Honestly, I just want to move on because this book just felt really flat for me. It was very boring. I did not care for the characters, did not care for the romance whatsoever. There was hardly any romance going on between the two characters. I did not care for the storyline. There was a lot of time traveling in between, and it was boring. I just didn't really understand it. It was very confusing. I didn't really care for the whole magic system because it was very gappy in my opinion. It wasn't very informative, and it just dragged on a little bit. And even if there was more information on it, I just didn't care to know about it. And it was just so, I don't know, it just felt really flat for me. So unfortunately, I did not like this book as much as I thought I would, but I am happy that I read it because I've had this book for a long time. But I will be donating this so that way hopefully someone else can pick it up and appreciate it. But unfortunately, this book was just not for me. But I will be updating my reading journal, so I'm very happy about that. And I will be picking my next read, which I will do today. I kind of have an idea of what the book I want to pick up next, so that will be really great. But if you see this tote behind me, that is what I'm going to use to store my extra yarn because I do have a little yarn wall going on next to my bed. It was kind of embarrassing, but I did want to stock up on some yarn because I'm going through my projects fairly quickly. So when they're on sale or I see a color that I don't really see too often at the stores, I will go ahead and pick that up. But yesterday I did finish making a land turtle, and he just came out really cute. I did use that color of the, I believe it was the smoky green. It is still really cute. I really do enjoy making turtles. I don't know why, I just do. There's just something about them. They're quick and fun and easy to make. But this is how my land turtle came out, and I still think he's pretty cute. And I do love the smoky green yarn on this one against the white color. I just think it's really cute. So I did finish him yesterday in one sitting, which is really fun. And then I did start this morning a little bit of my strawberry land turtle, so that's why you see some yarn here. And then I reorganized my safety eyes in this little bin. So I just have a lot going on, and really my room just needs a reset. So I thought it'd be really fun to film that today. I'm going to do a little bit of cleaning here and there. But I did go to Walmart and I did pick up that bin. And also I did pick up some white yarns. I'll go ahead and show you guys the yarn that I picked up today. So I went ahead and picked up Burnett Blanket yarn, and then this is in the color Vintage White. And I'm just going to go ahead and use this for my ice cream sandwich turtle. I do plan to make that pretty soon, so I thought why not go ahead and grab it here at Walmart. And because I could order it on Amazon, but I figured since I was already at the store, I like this color, so I'll go ahead and pick this up now and just store it in the bin. So when I do want to start that project, I already have it on hand and I don't have to wait for it to be delivered or go pick it up or any of that stuff. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and organize my yarn first, and then I'm going to go ahead and pick out my next book and then hopefully do some cleaning later on today. But I would really like to do some reading and then hopefully continue on with crocheting, but we'll see how the day goes. But yeah, for starters, let me just show you what I'm working with in my room, and then we'll get to the yarn organization. So this is the whole yarn situation. Please no judgment. But yeah, this is what I'm working with right now, and that is just not it for me. I really need to have a clean and organized space, and obviously I like my yarn to be organized. So we're just going to organize it in this bin that I bought. And then in these bins, I do have some jumbo sea turtles that I finished making recently, but I'll show you guys that at some point during the clip. But right now, let's just go ahead and organize my yarn. I did also pick these up at Walmart this morning. These are the jumbo 2.5 gallon bags. I do like to have these on hand because when I'm working on projects and I have to set them to the side because I'm working or I just didn't have time to complete them, I do want to keep them organized and in a Ziploc bag just so they're protected and they're not exposed to the dust or animal fur or anything like that, because I do have pets. So yeah, I just feel it's good to have these on hand so that way when I'm working on a project I can just store it in here and it just doesn't look messy in my room. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started with organizing the yarn. Okay, so for now, this is what I'm working with. I did go ahead and put my Funfetti yarn in here. Well, it's called Loops and Threads, Fluffy Flex yarn. But I went ahead and put this in here, and then just some of my bulkier yarn, that's all in here. So we just have a little bit of everything in here. I did put my newest white in here. So yeah, these are all like gonna be for my jumbo yarns or my big skeins of yarn. So I'm just gonna go ahead and place all that in there. And then I think for my Dollar Tree bins, I'm going to go ahead and place my smaller skeins of yarns like this pack. I'm gonna open it, put it in there. I also have some like this in these little Ziploc bags. These are from Dollar Tree, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take these out and put them in the smaller bins. I think that'll work out better. I could combine like these yarns, these smaller yarns, with the bigger ones, but I don't know. I just want to keep it separate for right now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that, and I might change my mind later on, but for right now I think that's a good game plan. Okay, so I think this works out way better. And I feel so much better that all of my smaller yarns or my extra smaller skeins of yarns are in a tote, because it was just bursting at the seams in here and that was not ideal. So I'm really happy with this organization. I feel so much better already. So I'm going to go ahead and put the lid back on this tote. And I'm going to move the totes onto the other side of my room just because I don't like them piled up on my bookshelves. So I'm going to go ahead and move that out of the way, clean that up a little bit. Gonna go ahead and clean up that little area right there, and then I'm going to pick out my next read. So yeah, let's just go ahead and continue, but I already feel so much better about this. And then I might go ahead and put my little project, the strawberry land turtle, I might put that in one of the Ziploc bags just to kind of get that out of the way and it's not laying around on my desk. But yeah, I feel so much better about this organization. I already feel so much lighter and it doesn't feel like it's just piling up in my room. Okay, so now that I finished putting the totes on the other side of my room, that is all good now. But before I put my other tote away, I want to show you guys how I store my jumbo turtles that I made recently. And also I just want to show them to you guys because I haven't had a chance to do that yet. So let's just go ahead and do that. Okay, so I was using my Dollar Tree bins to store my jumbo plushies in. So this is how I keep them protected away from dust and pet hair and all that stuff. But I'm just going to go ahead and take them out to show you guys. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I do keep them protected and enclosed in a container because I just want to keep them dust free and keep them as neat as possible. So I'll just go ahead and show you guys because I'm very excited to show you guys how they look in person. So we'll go ahead and start off with this big guy right here. I made him this with the same yarn as the smoky green as I did with the little land turtle here. So this is the smoky green yarn and it came out really pretty. I just love this color against the white and he just came out so huge and he's so soft. So I'm really happy with it. I think he came out really, really good. And then we have this guy right here. You can see he's a little bit smaller compared to this one. I don't know if you guys can tell the size difference on camera, but this one I used with the teal yarn. I believe it was called teal. Yes, the teal yarn and against the vanilla yarn, and it is just so pretty. I love the way these came out. They are so huge. You can see when I hug it against me how big they are. So they are substantial sizes. I'm really happy with it. I was really hoping to make something of this size and be able to do that. It just feels so great to be able to do that now because compared from when I started, if you would have told me I would have made something like this, I'd have been like, you're lying. There's no way. But yes, it is possible with practice and patience and time. So yes, I'm just so in love with these turtles. They are my favorite. I just love making turtles. I don't know why. I find them so adorable. But yeah, I'm trying to show you guys in perspective how the size difference is compared to the two. So maybe like this. So you can see, I don't know if you can tell from this point of view, but he is bigger compared to this one. So yeah, there is a size difference, but I'm really happy with how my collection is growing to plushies. I'm just super excited to make more. And yeah, I'm really happy with these. So I'm just going to go ahead and put these in the bin. But I'm really happy I had the chance to show you guys today because I have been super busy. So that's why I haven't vlogged or anything. But I've been dying to show you guys the projects that I have been working on. So I'm really happy with the sizes and the way they came out. I'm just super excited. And once again, I do love these color schemes. I just think they're so, so pretty. But I'm going to go ahead and put them away now and set set them aside, and then we'll go ahead and pick out my next read. Also, I completely forgot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and store this cute little land turtle into the bin where I keep my jumbo turtles, because I just want to keep him nice and pretty. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I think he'll do okay right here. Yeah, perfect. So there's all my turtles. They look so cute in here, and I just feel so much better that they are in a bin, nice and protected. So yeah, that is what I have going on so far. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up The Deal, written by Ellie Kennedy. This book is very popular. It's talked about all over BookTube. I am late to the game, but I'm going to go ahead and give this a try because I'm in the mood for a romance. And obviously it is a very pretty edition. I know there's a paperback edition, and I probably should have bought that book in case I don't like it. But either way, I'm going to keep this book. Even if I don't like it, I'm just going to keep it on my bookshelves because I think it is very, very pretty. Just look at that cover and then the sprayed edges. So I'm very excited about this. I'm in the mood for like a romance type of book, so I'm going to go ahead and pick this up now. And also, I did go ahead and put my strawberry land turtle project in the Ziploc bag, so it is all nice and protected now, and it's just not lying on my desk. So I'm very happy about that. So I'm going to go ahead and put this away now, and then just straighten up my room a little bit. But then hopefully I'll get some reading in, and hopefully a little bit more cleaning, but we shall see how that goes. And here are some random clips of my cutie little fur babies. This is Warner. He's doing so good, and he is napping right now, and he just does not want to be bothered. But here's cute little Warner taking a nap. And then we have Gunner. Gunner's always happy. He's always up for a good time. I don't know what he's staring at, but he's very happy about it. And Warner's still sleeping. And then we have Benji. He's really cute. He took a bath yesterday, and he doesn't want to be bothered with either. Quiet. He was very camera shy. Hi, baby. You don't want to say hi to the vlog? He hates when I record him, so that's why I don't do it often. But you always find him with me in the background. And now he's going to go hide. Sorry, baby. I'll stop now. Hey guys, and happy Monday. So I don't know if you can tell, but today is a very cold and breezy day. I don't know if you can hear the wind outside my window, but it is windy, it's cold, which is what I really need right now because it has been super hot. But today's Monday, I have the day off from work, and I have a lot of exciting plans going on today, so I'm very excited about that. But for a very, very small reading update, I did continue reading with The Deal, and I'm barely up to chapter 4. And that's how busy I've been. I haven't done much reading, but I am on chapter 4. And I did not know, but this book is so cool because it actually has illustrations. Let me see if I could find one. I know I came across one during my reading, and obviously I barely continued reading, but yeah, it has, here we go. It has a really cute illustration in the story, and I was just so surprised when I came across this adorable picture. I was just like, oh my god, I did not know this book had that. So it is so cute. So I'm very excited to continue reading. Obviously, I literally just started. I've been super busy this weekend, but so far I'm enjoying the story. It is a college romance. It is an enemies to lovers romance, so I'm very excited to continue on reading. But today, unfortunately, is not going to be a reading day for me because I'm actually putting a new bookshelf in my room, and I'm so excited. And obviously, I'm going to bring you guys along with me so you guys can see the whole process. I have to take everything out of my room, put that bookshelf in, and then redecorate. I'm just so excited. But yeah, so I'm barely on chapter 4, not much reading. I was just super busy this weekend. I worked the graveyard shift all this weekend, and then it was my older brother's birthday, so we had a little party at my house for him, and that was super fun. But yeah, now it's game day for me today. I have to get started with the cleaning, so I'm just excited. It's going to be very, very busy today, but obviously I'm going to vlog it so that way you guys can see how I really set up my room and how it's going to look. But I'm so excited. And then my sister and her boyfriend, they actually made the shelf for me because they're really into woodworking, so they customized it for me, and it is so pretty. And I'm just going to take a minute to show you guys how the bookshelf looks really quickly. But I'm so excited, and it is a nice cool day. I hope it stays cool because it has been super hot. But yeah, I'm so excited about the book, and I didn't do much crocheting because, like, again, I've been super busy. I haven't done any reading or crocheting this weekend. I've just been busy this whole weekend. But today is a new day. It's Monday. It's fresh. It's cool. So I'm ready just to get the day started. So let me go ahead and show you really quickly the bookshelf because it just came out really pretty, and I'm just super excited. So yeah, that is the bookshelf. I'm so excited. It is so pretty. But as you can see, I'm gonna have a lot to do today. So I gotta take all of the books off these shelves, take them out, and put that bookshelf in and redecorate. I'm so excited. My bed is probably gonna have to come out as well, but that's totally fine. I'm totally up for that. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot, but I'm so excited to get started. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started with taking everything out of my room. And also, just like a random side note, but I was all like, oh, I'm gonna pick out my bookmarker. I totally forgot that this book has a ribbon bookmarker, so that was really cute too. I totally forgot that little detail, but I don't even have to worry about that. But yeah, I'm just gonna put my workout shoes on and go ahead and get started with taking all of my books, my Funko Pops, everything off the shelves. I'm gonna put all this stuff in the dining room, I think, and then it's just gonna go on from there. So let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so hopefully you can hear me with all the fans going on. But as you can see, I took all the books off of these two shelves. I just have a little bit of miscellaneous at the bottom. So yeah, right now I'm just taking all my Funko Pops, putting them in this basket so that way it's easier to transfer them outside of my room. So that way I don't have to keep coming in back and forth. But I'd say we're making great progress. As you can see right now, the basket's getting pretty full. But I actually like the way it looks. It looks really cute. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and continue taking my knickknacks, my Funko Pops, my books, everything off the shelves, and continue. Okay, so now I have collected all of my Funkos, so they are going to go outside into the living room area, and then I'm just going to take all of my little knickknacks, put them on a table out there. But yeah, I'd say we're making great progress right now. Okay, so update and terrible lighting. I apologize for that, but as you can see, I took off this cube shelf on top of this shelf. Most of the books are gone from this shelf, so that's pretty good. But these two shelves right here, they're completely emptied out, which is really nice. But I'm going to go ahead and put the paperbacks on that shelf that I had here that I put into the living room. I'm going to go ahead and put the paperbacks on that shelf in the living room just so they're out of the way, more or less. But I'm just going to go ahead and continue on taking the books off this shelf and all the knickknacks and all that good stuff, and then take these shelves out, and then we'll go on from there. And you can see here's all of my paperbacks. I have quite a bit of these. I absolutely love reading historical fiction, especially Western romances. I just love that type of genre. But yeah, and right now I am using my tabletop tray for as a tripod, but we're working with it. We're making do. But yeah, let's just go ahead and continue on. Okay, so right now I have everything completely taken off the bookshelves. I just have like a few things like the internet router, a little nightlight and all that stuff, but that's gonna come out. So right now I'm just gonna take the shelves out, and I'm actually going to take my mattress, stand it up and put it in front of my closet, vacuum under my bed, and then we're gonna put the shelf in. I can't really vlog too much right now because my neighbors are actually having a party right there, right by my window, and you can hear them talking. So that's why I'm just going to film this. I'm not gonna do much talking because I just don't want, yeah, anyway. So I'm just gonna take my bedding out, the shelves, put the new shelf in, and that way you guys can see that. And then I think that will be the end for this video, and I'm gonna split this process into 2 parts. But yeah, let's just go ahead and continue. Okay, making great progress right now. So the mattress is taken out. I have the bed frame standing against the wall. It is totally fine, it's totally safe. It will stay there, so we're all good there. But now I'm going to go ahead and vacuum my entire room, take the shelves out, vacuum under there, so that way it's all nice and clean for the new shelf. So yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. Okay guys, so the bookshelf is finally in. My sister helped me put the bookshelf in, so I will turn the camera around so that way you guys can see a full view of how it looks in my room. So ignore the fact that I look like a total hot mess right now, but that's totally fine. It is what it is. That's what happens when you redecorate your room. But either way, I'm so excited to have the bookshelf finally in place because now I'm going to get to decorating. But that is going to be for part 2 in the video, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But for now, guys, that is all I have for today's video. But thank you so much for joining me once again, and I look forward to seeing y'all next time. Bye!